All right, I'm back with another technical analysis. I do not post daily sometimes because I do not think I need to. Because when we see something, when we see Bitcoin, because when I see Bitcoin is going only sideways, I just don't want to waste your time to just say this, repeat the same thing. But still, Bitcoin looks bullish, okay, in daily time frame. But if you guys remember in my previous video, I said that there's as long as we are holding above this blue line for USDT dominance, we might go back to revisit this yellow line one more time. If you guys remember, just a summary, this green area, this green candle rejected USDT dominance. After having a couple of hits to it, we started going back down. And you guys saw that Bitcoin started pumping, right? So we all expected that. Not we all, but I told you guys in this channel, that's why you guys need to subscribe right now and hit the notification button. I do not give you hype and hopium. I just give you whatever I see in the chart, completely transparent for you guys, okay? But I'm reminding you, I can't be like a lot of other YouTubers and just keep hyping you, sell you a lot of coins or whatever, or links. I do not do that, okay? I am very transparent with my members as well. We are here to make money, but we're not here just to be fooled here, okay? So, okay. So now, and make sure to like the video right now to help the channel, please. Okay, so far Bitcoin looks like it looks bullish, okay, but you guys see after having two daily candle as red and they are looking pretty bearish. And I told you guys we might see go if we go back down. I mean, if we go back up for USDT to revisit this yellow line, which would be almost 5.20% USDT dominance, that would bring down Bitcoin within this channel one more time to revisit this area, okay? And I'm going to talk about the macro perspective and how bearish it looks. Kind of this looks concerning to me for Bitcoin, honestly, okay? So and you guys know that what my macro perspective is for Bitcoin, but I'm not going to talk about it. I have, if you guys want to go back and watch my videos, my macro perspective, because people tend to not like what people think about bearish scenarios for Bitcoin. Anyways, so I would rather just talk about bullish and bearish in smaller time frames and not talk about what will happen in several months. But anyway, so this could happen for Bitcoin. And if we get rejected one more time, and if we do, I'm going to give you a bearish scenario for this too. But this is the bullish scenario. We might go back to revisit 5.20% almost and start going back down to revisit this area. And that's going to pump Bitcoin almost to $67,000. So this could happen, say like this. We might go a little bit of just sideways and then start going back down, even go touch this line, because this touch, I'm going to show you later, we might go back down, touch this line one more time and start going back up to revisit this area, because there are some liquidity waiting to be filled. And we might go back down, and this could work same as this, going back up to revisit almost all-time high for Bitcoin, okay? So this would be the bullish scenario for Bitcoin, but we might see a little bit of going back down, okay? And that is totally normal, because we understand that we have zigzag all the time for any chart, okay? So you go to stock, you go to crypto, you always see this kind of movement. But if you want to talk about the bearish scenario, so this could totally work. This will be hella bearish for Bitcoin, okay? Unfortunately, for this green candle, you guys can see, right? I told you guys, if USDT goes up and breaks above and closes a daily candle above this green candle, so that will be totally bearish. We might not even see 73,000 for several months, okay? That will be very bearish for Bitcoin to me. None of these are financial advice, okay? These are what I told you guys that I trust USDT dominance more than anything, because money has to flow into Bitcoin or altcoin to pump. And when the USDT gets out of Bitcoin and altcoins, it adds to the dominance. So that is very bearish. So for bearish scenario, we might go up and get crashed and break even $56,000, $56,000, and get candle close below $56,000, he might go back to revisit almost $58,000, and we might go even higher for USDT dominance, okay? And that would totally be bearish, and we might revisit almost 6%, as I told you guys. This yellow line, if you guys watched my previous video, I had this long time ago when USDT dominance was around here, when it was around all-time high. And I said that there's a huge possibility that, because if we zoom out, for the new viewers, I look at USDT a lot because these shows where the money is going. So we had a lot of rejections from this yellow level. You guys see that, but we finally broke. So that means, it does not mean that we're not going to ever break it. Okay, I told you guys we might start going back down, revisit this area a couple of times before deciding if we're going to break down or break up. But usually when we have these rally-based rally, this lowest point is the best support for almost any chart. Okay, so you guys see that we started getting support. We did not even quite touch the lowest point that we had around this area, and we started getting support for USDT dominance. Okay, so I'm not telling you to follow what I'm saying here, but if you guys sold it around this area, which was Bitcoin was around $73,000, right, and bought back around $57,000, you would have had a lot more Bitcoin. Okay, but right now we are in a very crucial area still. Okay, so we bullish and bearish scenarios can happen, and as as technical analyzer, I am here to tell you guys that both scenarios can work. So we have seen a lot of these ups and downs, so we might see another hit to yellow line, or even a little bit higher, around back to $57,000. And if we get rejected for USDT dominance, we can go back down, and the next level of support for USDT dominance would be around 4.9, 19%, 18%, which will be around this area. Okay, almost maybe around $68,000 area. Okay, which would make sense because Bitcoin's last Bitcoin all-time high was around $69,000. So the closer we get around $69,000, because we are trading below that area, that still works as resistance. Okay, so the selling pressure is still high for Bitcoin. But as long as we're not breaking, you guys see that there is this, the Bitcoin is kind of closing, but if we just get it back down to just from the closed candle, it's still, Bitcoin looks bullish. Okay, so we need to see in a couple of days how it's going to perform. So make sure to subscribe. So I'm gonna right away, when I see the bearish or bullish scenario that is really happening, I'm gonna update you guys with either a short video or shorts video or just a longer video. Okay, and so for now, we just need to see, and I want to mention this to you guys, and there's another bullish scenario for RSI for Bitcoin. In gocharting.com, you guys, I told you guys that you guys can look at all these indicators, Ichimoku clouds and other indicators for free. Okay, so you can go check it out. But you guys see that there's a gap in here. I need to mention this to you guys. Okay, I see a gap that for a couple of days it does not show any candle for it. So there is a huge possibility to go back around 58, 57, $58,000 area, $59,000 to revisit, get support, and start going back up. And you guys see that I told you guys this is a bearish scenario that we might go back. There's a huge possibility that we go back to $43,000 to retouch this level of Ichimoku cloud that was never touched. Okay, you see out of green, we got out of green, we never revisited, and it started going higher. So we might go back up to touch this level for Ichimoku cloud that is red. We are going within this green one. We might touch it and start going back down, and that might just actually work as a resistance, because that totally makes sense that we will be around almost $65 to $67,000 area. So if we get support rejected with the next support I am looking at will be $53,000, $52,000 area. But you guys see that this, if we make this line for RSI for Bitcoin, we have broken above, which is a very good bullish scenario for Bitcoin. Okay, so you guys can clearly see that. So, but we might go back down to retouch, to revisit this line one more time, and that would totally make sense to Bitcoin to go back down, so it loses a little bit of, it does not go higher. It might go back down to retouch this line and start going higher. And this would totally work this way, like 50 back to 56, $57,000, and go back up to maybe $68,000, $67,000. Okay, here is I need you to pay attention to this. These candlesticks. This does not always happen, but these are bullish and bearish scenarios for the candlesticks for the patterns. Okay, so this does not usually happen. We might just see a bunch of these all the time, but we still go sideways until we get support. If in the bearish scenario, even if we see something like this, we might go back down, but get support from lower and start going higher. But so far for monthly chart, we are seeing something even worse than this, right? Which is dark cloud cover, right? So because we in the monthly chart, we closed the red even lower than the previous month, okay? And if we go to the monthly chart, where is it? Okay, and if we just actually look at the monthly candles, you guys see that we had this green for April. The candle for May stood almost the same body, same length, but it is a little bit actually longer to the bearish side, and we have a little bit of pullback, a little bit of retouch to almost half of the candle, the red candle, and we might actually see going back down for this month. Okay, so that would not surprise me. We might go back up even to retouch this to this white line, which will be almost $71,000. But that would maybe it. That would be maybe it. Okay, so we might start going back down, and we might even close this candle even more bearish down to even $49,000-$50,000 area. But it is too early to talk about it right now. As we go, we're going to talk about a smaller time frames and what could happen in several days in the next, I don't know, 5 6 days. But this could happen, and the bearish and the bearish scenario might happen. As I said, we might go up, get a close candle, daily candle, and start going higher. Okay, that is not out of expectation. This could happen the same thing. We had a lot of pullbacks to downwards, but we started breaking up. So this could work the same thing. All right, this is going to be it for this video. Please like the video right now. Comment down below your if you are bearish or bullish, and how long you're going to be bearish or how long you're going to be bullish. If you're still holding altcoins, or you're afraid, what are your thoughts in general? Okay, as I said, these are just scenarios. These are not guarantees. We are here just to look at probabilities. Okay, life is all about probabilities. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will be back. Peace.